morning. Buenos dias. Welcome to Cafecito Wednesday with the GRHCC. My name is Carmen Linus, and I'm the current chair of the GRHCC. Today, we have an amazing panel for you. We are going to be speaking on different issues that are affecting our small businesses, our members in general, and speaking to the situation that has been occurring in the entire country. So for our agenda, we are going to be speaking on we're going to have Miss Mary Figueroa, who is the president of the RCCD Board of Trustees. We're going to have our member spotlight, Jacqueline Ibarra. We are going to have our Brian Sahagan. He's going to be talking about COVID-19 local legal updates. And we're going to have our executive director talking about chamber and partner updates. Just a few things. If during this webinar you have any questions for our panelists, please use the Q&A button below. And we'll make sure that we answer as many questions as possible, whether during their presentation or at the end when we have a Q&A. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Ms. Mary Figueroa. Ms. Figueroa graduated from UCR with a BA in Chicano Studies and Political Science. She was first elected to the RCCD Board of Trustees in 1995. She is currently the president of the RCCD Board of Trustees. She's an active community leader. She worked 21 years at the California Institution for Men in Chino as a correctional counselor. And previously to that, she worked for the Riverside County DA's office as a victim witness advocate, assisting to the sexual assault and child abuse unit. We are very excited to have Mary on our webinar. She is an amazing person. She's done so much for our community, and she's also a current member of the GRHCC. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you for inviting me. It's been an honor. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
So Mary, can you tell us a little bit about what motivated you to be on the RCCD Board of Trustees?
Well, you know, I was involved in the community since the age of 16. So I've been involved in working with the community for a long, long time. And about in my late 20s, early 30s, I finally came to the conclusion that the only way to be really a benefit to the community was to be sitting at the table where the decisions are made on where the money is going. And so I actually ran for the Riverside City Council Ward 4 back in the 90s. I ran for it, but I lost, obviously. And I didn't think I was going to run for another position, but then a group of individuals came to me afterwards and said, we'd like you to consider running for the RCCD board. At that time, it was just the RCC board. And so I thought about it, and the reason I decided to do it was because I knew that my education that I had gotten from the Riverside schools, both North High School and UC Riverside, got me to the point where I was at that time. So I knew the importance of the education. So I decided, you know what, I can bring something to this table. So that's when I decided to run. So 1995 was the first time I ran. I ran against about 11 other people, and there was 2 seats available. Mark Takano was one, and I was the other one. And so from that point on, I've been on there now 24 years.
That is incredible. That is a great achievement. And can you tell us a little bit, like, to the students, right? For right now, all of the students that didn't get their graduation 2020, what is your message to the students? Like, what, to continue to, like you said, sit down at the table, make your voice heard, and given everything that's going on in the country, what is your message to our younger generation?
Well, it's so difficult, the fact that the students, because graduations are so emotional and so important, not just for the student, but for the familia. The familia, oh my gosh. I look forward to the commencement ceremonies at the colleges every single year. I never can get enough. So I know how difficult it was for them not to have that ceremony. But I can tell them this, they will go down in history. The class of 2020 will go down in history. They will be in the history books about the fact that they survived all of this restrictions and the quarantine and everything that happened. They survived it. They went online. They completed their classes online. Within a week, the college, the Riverside Community College District, put everything online. The faculty, all of them, everybody, the administration came together to ensure that the students had what they needed to complete so that they would not end up having to cancel the graduation ceremony. So they did. They went online, they finished their courses. We did a whole lot of work between then and June. And here, just last week, Friday, they ended up doing the virtual ceremony. The virtual ceremony was not something that anybody anticipated having to do. They are also invited to attend next year's graduation ceremony and walk with the 2021 class if that's what they would like to do. And I know that some of them will do that because look, we had about 4,500 graduates for just RCC, Riverside City College, 4,500, and then probably about 1,000 for Moreno Valley and 1,000 for Norco. And in those numbers, this is important, Carmen, in those numbers of all of those that are graduating, if you look at the population, the student population for RCCD, for the district, you're looking at 62% Latino.
Wow.
62% Latino are our students. And those are the ones that are graduating, and those are the ones that are learning skills and going on to four-year institutions or going on to work. Some of them went straight into positions that they had looked forward to doing. So that's the kind of benefit that we're getting out of the education. And the more that we encourage our younger students, our younger people, to make sure that they do get their education now, don't take a break, because when you take a break, life happens and then it gets harder to continue. So my thing to them, my message to them is continue. Whatever you do, if you're going from high school to college, continue it. Don't take a break. If you're going from college to a four-year institution or onto a graduate degree, don't take a break. Continue it. Somehow or another, there's financial assistance. And that's where we need to be able to help them.
I think that's amazing, Mary, like saying like 62% were of the Latino community. Now, for our small businesses or our business owners that have a desire to maybe go back to school or brighten up on accounting or business, what would you say to our membership, our business owners? How should they approach this?
It's never too late. That's what they should keep in front of them. It is never too late to continue the education, to start the education, to learn something new, to gather more new skills, different skills, because everything is changing. Technology changes every single day. And so we have the ability to cater to just about every aspect of the community. And that's where RCC as a community college has such a benefit. And so my comment to those individuals that are currently in businesses, take a look, contact us, look at us in order for us to assist you with making your business that much more efficient, that much more advanced, that much more futuristic. There are numerous ways that we would be able to help you. Most people have no idea how many different departments, how many different programs we have available to help just about everybody. And so for the business sector, we have that availability, and we would look forward to working with them.
That's perfect. And I love that we have the opportunity for the GRHCC to have an MOU with RCC to partner up with
Absolutely.
our business Without Boundaries program. We do a training program, and we're blessed to have an MOU with the school because I think that integrates both things. It's continuous training for business owners and continuous education, and it's open to everybody. So that's
Absolutely.
great that we have in our partnership that we have. And Mary, tell me what's going to happen the next semester. How are the students transitioning? What's going on with the students?
Okay, so we figured out very quickly that this coronavirus was not going to go away very fast. So what we went ahead and we did was that we went ahead and we ended up taking the college onto online for the summer. So believe it or not, the summer session has already started, and we are doing really well with the numbers. The enrollments actually went up. The enrollment actually went up over our target population that we had. And so at that point, we had already decided we needed to make a decision on the fall semester because fall starts in August. And in August, we are going online because we did not at this point know what the requirements were going to be, what the social distancing requirements would be in order to go back to face instruction. So because of that, we ended up deciding we're going to go ahead and, for everybody's sake, the students planning, the faculty planning, the administration planning, we will take it to online. So online in fall, which is in the end of August, starts, and it will be online. So it will be online, and hopefully, and we also have a task force right now that is in place at the college, made up of administrators, faculty, and everybody, in order to work at getting us back into an open face-to-face instruction, because it's going to take work to get us back into that.
No, that's perfect, and I think that's great because you're keeping the students safe.
Yes.
And I think you're right about the technology right now. A lot of things, like, we wouldn't be doing these webinars usually. We would do a meeting face to face, but technology is so good and we
Yes.
can reach out to so many more people. So I think that's amazing, and it's great that you're keeping the students safe and still continuing your summer classes and the fall semester. So that is really great. And Mary, I really appreciate everything that you do for the community, your involvement with our chamber, and being able to come onto this webinar and talk to a little bit to the students and to our business owners about education. We really appreciate that, and thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you so much.
And next on our presentation, we are going to be I'm going to welcome our co-secretary, Elisa Cortez, who is going to be introducing our member spotlight, who I'm very excited to hear about her program and Freedars. So Elisa, take it away.
Yes, so I'm excited to have the opportunity to introduce Jacqueline Vibra. She's the founder and CEO of Freedars, which is a women's organization that aims to empower Latina women through arts and crafts. Jacqueline believes in breaking down the barriers that are typically there for people who are maybe speaking primarily monolingual Spanish by providing lessons in both languages. They have an array of classes offered, including jewelry making, clothing design, English, and marketing. Freedars is promising to really become a network and community that provides women the opportunity to develop their artisanal skills and their business savvy, which will help to create an entire new generation of women-owned businesses. So hello, Jacqueline. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for the invite. I'm very happy to be here with all you. So I'm the founder and the executive director of Freedars. Sorry, my English is not like super good, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit. Like I've been living here for 6 years and a half. And I know, like, by a fact, like, it's hard when you just came here, or even like a lot of women, like, they've been living here like a lot of time, and they have like a lot of talents. I have my own business. It's Biome. The name is Biome. I make and then sell like a natural product, like a soaps, and that's how everything started, because I started teaching some women, but they wanted to learn more. So I unite with another woman, and we start to put like all the classes together. We decide like the name Freedars because we love Frida Kahlo. She's like inspiration, like as a woman, and the idea for all these women, like they're in the house, like we want to show them like they can do stuff with their hands, and we want to show them how to sell them. So that's like by empowering them, we can empower their kids too. So that's what we are doing. I'm really happy, like it's finally done because we've been working the project like for more than 1 year, like with all the planning and everything. And yeah, now with the virus, it was like we just have our grand opening in March 7th, and we have to close for the virus, but we are gonna make it. We are gonna make it. Everything is gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm happy to see like we already start to like inspire like some woman, like some painters, like they didn't know like they have like that talent, and you can actually like create a business, and that's what we want. That's our goal, to help those women like they're in their houses, like they can start their own business and they can still looking for the kids, and they can empowering the kids because they're gonna feel good because they're doing something good for their family too. So
Yeah, and it's true, and they have that quote on their site as well about, you know, you teach a woman, you're teaching her family, and if you teach a girl, you're changing the future. And it's really like, to me, I think it's awesome because yeah, I feel like, especially if you are familiar with like English, you might be a lot more hesitant to approach opening a business at all. And so the fact that you guys aim to not only teach skills to people, but how they can, you know, turn that into like both a hobby and then into a business, and being with them through all those steps. And they work with the SBDA and like all these other business centers to really ensure that they're providing that full support beneath them so that they can really take off in their own businesses. And that's incredible to me.
yeah,
It's
thank you so much. Yeah, we are working. We still have like it's a lot of work to do. Like we want to create like one program where we can like help the women, even like me, because when you have your own business, you have to speak for them. I'm no speaker, so we want to like create those kind of programs. Like you can help those women, like how they can speak better and make like their pitch, and like grab like more confidence, like to speak in public. So we have to, I think we can do it. We have to like since we have to create the program, we are planning to make one program like when the woman they finish like their classes, let's say like they're gonna learn like how to make like a different types of jewelry. At the end, we wanna show them what to do. So we wanna make like one incubator program for them, so they know, okay, you finish, now you have to learn about like QuickBooks. You have to learn about like and we are like now putting everything together, and we wanna like do it for free for them. So that's why we are talking with more organizations, so we can actually like because they don't know like they need the help, so we have to like guide them.
Yeah. Also, I'd love to recommend Mary. I think that she'd be a great resource. So if we can get you guys to touch base, especially being I think because I know that you guys are currently also looking for an English teacher, which again, like providing another great resource for these women who want to become business owners, maybe just don't feel the same confidence. Having those English classes there and being like, you know, this is like kind of an open network where you don't have to feel like you're limited.
Yeah.
And again, it's going to inspire, I think, a whole mess of women to really get in there and take off and the things they want to do. And you guys have like so many classes listed. I was looking at them. I was like, well, I want to take that and that and that. So
like, yeah, we have some like baile folklorico for moms too, because some moms like me, I like to dance. I'm not like the best dancer, but I know some of them they really are, and you can like invest your time like doing something like you love, and you save your culture too, because with the beautiful dresses and the dancing, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, we have like different classes with different teachers.
and I think that's like going to be awesome as well. And then we have your contact information here on the page as well. Do you guys know, are you guys open now currently? Have you opened back up yet, or is that something you guys are gearing towards?
We open. We have like some measurements, like in the entrance, we take them the temperature. We have like Lysol everywhere. We disinfect everyone. When they come after the temperature, we invite them to go and wash their hands. And we have like the recommendation, like the mask, like the social distance everywhere, so they don't forget, like they don't have to hug or yeah. And we just start, so we don't really have like our classes are like little now, but hopefully later we're gonna have more.
Yeah, and little starting out right now might work out to the advantage in that keeping that small class size as well. So that's incredible. Thank you so much for joining us today and getting to talk about this.
For having me.
And please let us know if there's anything we can do for you, like from the GRHCC on our part. If there's anything, any resources that you need, that's why we're here. We're excited to have you as a new member. I know that I've been checking out your website and the classes and all the board. We were all very excited to have you. So congratulations for doing this, because I think it is going to empower a lot of women out there. So I'm excited. And like I said, anything you need, please let us know.
Thank you. Yeah, we are looking actually for like a English teacher, and we want to give some computer classes here. It's so important. And some women, they're like really smart, but they are very scared to even like touch a computer. So we have to do something, because in the future, I think you cannot even like you're not going to open your house if you don't know about computers. So it's important.
And Jacqueline, Darlene just said that you have an event on Thursday. What is the event on Thursday?
Oh yeah, we are gonna have a Darlene Trujillo here. We have like one show where we are gonna interview like a different woman. So we show our members like how they can empower, and we are gonna have like another entrepreneur lady too. So we are gonna be doing like interviews tomorrow at 5:30. So don't miss it. We wanna give like we wanna show like the women to like the culture that is important for us to participate in those boards, because that's how you can be listened. So that's why we are supporting Darlene now. I think it's like very important. I mean, a lot of women, they don't really know like how important it is like to have someone there who can speak for us. So yeah, please join us tomorrow in the interview and
it's going to be on Facebook Live, correct? So it's going to be at Casa Fridars. It's going to be on Facebook Live, so we can all watch it at 5:30 tomorrow?
Yeah, you can all watch. It's going to be for Facebook Live. We are going to share for Instagram too, and for in our channel in YouTube too.
Perfect.
Looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was really nice to meet you.
You too, via web.
Yeah.
So for our next speaker, we are going to have our local legal updates, and we do this every week because we feel it's important from one week to another, especially business owners. We need to know what stage we're in, depending on your industry, what you can and can't do. Can you open? If you do open, what's the importance for your employees? Listening not just to the city, the county, and the state. So I'm going to welcome our co-treasurer, Mr. Brian Owen Sahagan from Sahagan Law, to provide us our local legal updates. Welcome, Brian.
Good morning, buenos dias, happy Cafecito Wednesday. We're just talking about a few things, not a whole lot going on. We do have another round of businesses allowed to reopen effective Friday. So this Friday, estheticians, cosmetologists, tattoo parlors, nail salons are all allowed to reopen. So after Friday, pretty much the only sort of events that are no longer allowed to happen are going to be events with large numbers of people. So those would be more like your conventions and more larger events of those nature. Most businesses are allowed to reopen. I can't actually think of any categories that are not going to be able to reopen after this Friday. So as long as you're not at a convention center, you should be fine to reopen. So I do want to comment on a few things more or less related to that. We've been following SB 939, which is the eviction moratorium as far as the state is concerned. Remember, unless your city or your county gives you a moratorium. Your business is not protected from eviction. With that being said, the courts are not accepting filings of eviction cases without there being some sort of an injury or some sort of a nuisance to the public. But once that's released, there's no plan in place to protect businesses who become behind on their rent, and they could become immediately evictable. So SB 939 is the cure to that. It has been stuck in the Senate committees for months now. It's set with appropriations, I believe it is right now, and it is set for a hearing tomorrow. So hopefully we can get SB 939 through, which even though maybe businesses won't necessarily need the help, I think that a lot of businesses are going to need the help with their past due rents so that they don't get evicted by way of a 3-day notice once the state reopens again. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some more information on SB 939 next week. Financial aid. So remember, there is significant financial aid offered through the city and the county of Riverside if you have less than 5 employees. So look into those. If you have less than 5 employees, the city's is a grant. The county's is a loan up to $15,000 with 0% interest and 3 months of deferment. So it's a great program for either one. Both are still available. Also, the PPP loan is still available if you have not applied for that. As you're reopening your business, you might need some infusion of funds. Those are great sources to look to receive those funds. I also want to talk about some best practices, because as you're opening your business back up again, there's a few things to remember. First and foremost, make sure you have workers' compensation insurance. It is important. Well, it's a law and it is a crime not to, but it's especially important now because of the governor's order that in the event somebody that's your employee gets sick with the coronavirus and they had worked for you within the last 14 days, it is deemed that they received it on the job, and it will be a workers' compensation claim that is compensable. If you do not have workers' compensation, you will be responsible for paying that, and in the event that they pass away, there are death benefits as well. Make sure you have workers' compensation if you have more than yourself as an employee. So if you have 1 employee, workers' compensation is required by the law. It's especially important now. Number 2, make sure you're tracking your employees' hours. And when you're tracking your employees' hours, you should be tracking the time they clock in, the time they clock out, and the times they go to lunch and return from lunch. You need to keep those. You are required as an employer to keep those records. If you don't have records of that and the employee comes back later on and disputes the amount of hours that were worked, that will be deemed to more or less be the case unless you can prove what the actual hours they worked are. So make sure that you keep records of what your employees work and have your employees clock in and clock out, as well as make sure when you're transferring those hours into payroll, you're actually paying the employee for what they worked. So if they work overtime, make sure you're paying them their overtime. If their time card says they work 44 hours, but you pay them for 40, you're going to run into problems. So don't do that. Sexual harassment training as you're opening. Beginning last year, if you have more than 5 employees, you have to provide sexual harassment training for your employees, as well as your managers. 1 hour for employees, 2 hours for managers. So look into that. Make sure you're complying with these sorts of requirements that we see small businesses not complying with a lot. We want to make sure as we reopen, we do it right this time around and get everything going and reopen and become profitable. And with that, I will turn it back.
Thank you, Brian. And can we just talk a little bit about the PPP loan? Because there was a change to the PPP loan before. You could use 75% for payroll, 25% for rent, mortgage interest, utilities. However, now that has changed. So it's been a 60-40 percentage. In addition to now you have more than 8 weeks, you have 24 weeks. And just touch a little bit on the PPP forgiveness because it has to be done with the lender. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so PPP forgiveness, make sure if you've got the PPP loan and you've complied with everything, you've got your now 60%, and you've got your, if you have any repayment left, it's now 5 years instead of 2 years. If you got the PPP before June 1st, I believe it is, you do need to go back and negotiate with your bank on that period. But so you've got all of your ducks in a row. Make sure you keep your Form 941s for your quarterly returns. Make sure you keep all of your statements, your utility statements, your rent statements, and things of that nature, and proof that you paid them. And then you will have to fill out an application and submit that to your bank. This is the most important part. There is no forgiveness without filing the application and providing all of the required documents. So you should get on that as soon as possible. So it's very important to make sure you understand that. In the event you don't file the forgiveness application, you will have nothing forgiven. So please get on that.
Thank you so much, Brian, because I think it's really important that we want everybody that received the PPP loan to be 100% forgivable. Brian and I are going to be working on this. So Brian is going to be doing an English version. I'm going to be doing a Spanish version of the PPP forgiveness application because it is not an easy application. It was easier to apply for the loan actually than for the forgiveness aspect. But you can always reach out to myself, to Brian, and we can always assist. Brian's information is online right there. You can reach him at that phone number or on Facebook. So please make sure you use the resources with the GRHCC because I know these are hard times. There's a lot going on, and we want to be here to help you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Brian. And with that said, next we have our chamber and partner updates, and I'm going to introduce our Executive Director, Joe Ramos. Welcome, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Carmen. I just want to start out really quickly by saying thank you so much to Mary and Jacqueline for being on here today. I mean, you guys were amazing, a lot of great information. And like Carmen said, if there's anything we can do to help you guys in the future, please reach out to us. A couple of quick updates I want to start off with. I kind of touched on these last week. We have a little bit more information now. Our golf tournament is back. It's our first signature event of the year. It's going to be on August 14th this year at Dos Lagos Golf Course. And for those of you who might not be familiar with it, the reason we hold this tournament every year is to raise money for our scholarship program. We provide local students with $1,000 scholarships, laptops, printers, and right now in this COVID time, laptops and printers are more essential than ever when it comes to education. So we're really happy that we were able to do that again this year. And to lend to that, our scholarship program is actually available online right now. You can go to grhcc.com/scholarships. That application deadline has been extended to June 30th. So we have about 2 weeks left. So if you're out there, you need the scholarships, like Mary was saying, there's always a way to find funds out there. You just gotta look, and we're happy to be able to do that. So please reach out to me directly through jramos@grhcc.com if you need more help or information filling it out. But the links are available on our website. And also, currently for our members, we were able through the County of Riverside to secure face masks for our membership. Ms. Elisa Cortez, our secretary here, was able to help out with that project. And again, they're available free of charge. It's one box per member. You can reach out to me at, again, at jramos@grhcc.com or info@grhcc.com to set up curbside pickup. Unfortunately, we can't be having people coming in and out of the office just yet, so hopefully soon. But at this point, it would be a curbside pickup. My phone number is actually also up there too, so feel free to reach out to me on that. And one other thing too, to lend to what Carmen and Brian were saying with the PPP loans, the PPP forgiveness, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of confusing information. I look at it on a daily basis, and sometimes even I need some clarity on what's going on and how to fill it out correctly. Please visit our Facebook page. That's the best way that we can reach our membership in a quick manner. Everything is changing so quickly, so I try my best to really update that multiple times per day with the links for applications, for forgiveness, anything related to reopening, anything COVID related that can help our businesses to get through these times. Just scroll through there. There's going to be various links there that will be able to help you get through it. And I think for the chamber updates, I think that's it. All of our contact information is right there. Again, please visit our Facebook page. That's going to be the quickest, easiest way for us to get the information out to you guys.
Thank you so much, Joe. And like Joe was saying, we are really excited to be able to have our golf tournament because, we really care about our scholarship program. We have a lot of different programs, but it is really important right now that we're able to get the students their laptops and their printers. If you don't golf, because a lot of people tell me, Carmen, I don't golf, I really can't go to your tournament. Well, you can come, you can volunteer, you could be a whole sponsor, you can come just for the banquet aspect of it. You don't have to golf to come out. But if you don't golf, I would encourage it. It's a lot of fun. It's outdoors. We're going to be having a good time. So I do encourage you guys to come out to that.
And there should be some more information on the golf tournament coming out hopefully this week. We'll be posting that information across our social media channels, and we'll hopefully have a more update for you next week on specifics.
Thank you so much, Joe. And with that, with our viewers, we're here for you. If there's any subjects or topics that you want us to touch upon, we do these every Wednesday. So please reach out to us. Let us know what your needs are. If it's just on an individual basis, maybe we can connect you with someone in our membership. It doesn't have to be a webinar or so forth, maybe just a one-on-one. We do have a lot of resources and we want to make sure we get the word out. For example, the scholarship program, maybe you don't need it or your child doesn't need it. Maybe you know some students that would need it. So just get the word out and we're here for you. If there are no questions, I would just like to remind everybody that we do Cafecitos Wednesdays every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And we really appreciate our panelists and I appreciate our board members for putting all this effort in. Thank you so much. I think we can continue getting this information out. Mary and Jacqueline, it was awesome to have you here. And thank you to our viewers. Make sure you share our information so we continue to have more viewers. You don't have to remember to be part of our webinar. We're here for everybody. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.